Joseph Mbora. Just want to take some calculations for application rate. Application rate to do with a chemical, liquid, all those issues that you may have to apply in the field. Given that the nozzle output of the equipment that you are using, it is 2500 mils, which is a 2500 mils, and the spray width is 8 inches, and the working speed is 170 feet per minute, and as well as the product's recommended dose rate, it is 5 liters. And lastly, the tank capacity, it is 16,000 mils. So if you are taught to calculate for application rate, the formula is nozzle output, which is supposed to be in liters per minute, times the area, which is in square meter. You divide this by the spraying width, which is supposed to be meters, and you multiply with the working speed, which is supposed to be meters per minute. So from this given formula, you must be able to know the conversions that you must take. So the first thing that you have to know is that we must convert our nozzle output, which is 2,500 mils, to liters. That's the first thing we must do. So if you 1 liter is equal to 1,000 mils. And how many mils do you have there? It is 2,500 mils, like that. So our x, when you do the cross multiplication there, you're going to find that your x will be 2.5 liters. Just cross multiply here and divide, you get 2.5 liters. So this means to say our nozzle output, we've converted it from mils to liters. A 1 liter is equal to a 1,000 mils. So we have our figure there as. So I'll just start from here. So our nozzle output, it is 2.5 times. Now, the area I've not included it. I think I beg your pardon for that. The area that we are using, it is 2.5 lima. The area that we use here in hectare, all those issues, but for this particular question, we're going to use 2.5 lima. I didn't just include it in the data, but this is what we're supposed to use. So from this data, we are supposed to convert our area, that is 2.5 lima, to meter square or square meter. So we want to say 1 lima is equal to 1 lima is equal to 2 lima. 1 lima is equal to 2,500 square meter. That's the conversion we're going to use. So on this, we're given a 2.5 lima. You need to find x, you cross multiply there. So it's just the act of doing the multiplication here. So a 2.5 by a 2,500, you get is 6250 meter square. So we converted the 2.5 lima to the meter square, the area that we need. So we're going to use our area as 6250 divided by our spraying width is supposed to be meters, but our spraying width is in inches. So this means I have to take the conversion from inches to the meters that we need. So 1 inch is equal to 0.0254 meter. So that's the conversion that we're going to use. How many inches do we have here? It's 8 inches. X, so we cross multiply. So this by this, x, and this by this. So you get a figure that is 2.5, 2.24. is how we have converted. So all you need to know is just the conversion ratio that we're using here, or the conversion factor that we're using. 1 inch is equal to 0.0254 meter. So that's the conversion, 0.0254 meter. That is 1 inch. So we have our working width in meters, which is 2.24 multiplied by the working speed, which is supposed to be meters per minute. So our working speed, we have to convert these feet to minutes, seconds. To minutes per. We have to convert these feet to meters per minute. Sorry for that. To meters per minute. So we take in that conversion. So feet, 1 feet is equal to 0.3048 meters. So we are given 1/7 of our feet is equal to x. So 1 x this x is equal to, you take in the multiplication of 1/7 by 0.3048. So when you take in that conversion there, you're going to get a figure that is 51.82, something like that, which would be meter. So we converted our 170 feet to meters with this conversion factor, that is 1 feet is equal to 0.3048 meters. So just cross multiply that to have this x in your meter there. So we have 51.82. So let's take in our calculation right there. So when we take in the division and the multiplication, so when we multiply this by that, we get a number that is close to 165. Then we multiply this by a number that is like that. So let me just try to prove this number here in my calculator so that we just go together a little bit. This is a 16. No, it's not 18. You get a 116.07. That's the figure that just wanted to confirm on the figure. So you get, when you multiply this 2.24 by 51.82, you get 116.07. So when you're taking the division right there, you get a number that is 134.6. 134.6 liters hectare. So with the figure that we have right there, you are going to understand that the application rate that we need for this particular data that we're given here, the rate is supposed to be at 4.6 liters per hectare. So this is what we have to know for the application rate before we go to the last thing, that is for the quantity. So just join me shortly as we look at the calculations for the quantity given. Otherwise, see me for the next video. Okay, so for the application rate, we got it to be the one at 4.6 liters per liter. So that's the application rate that you must take for this particular that. Now let's calculate for the quantity which you may have to be aware of. Calculate. So this figure we need it shortly. So for the calculation of the quantity, the formula that you must take is the product recommended dose rate, which is what we have here. Product recommended dose rate the recommended product dose rate times the time capacity. We're going to divide this by our application rate, the one that we got right here. So you can see that this figure we still have to use it right here. Okay, now this product recommended dose rate is supposed to be in liters, so you have to check it out. It's already in liters, there's no need of conversions. Then for the tank capacity as well, it has to be liters. Liters per hectare if there's need of showing the area. So it's supposed to be liters as well, which is our tank capacity. So we have to convert this to liters. So we have to take this to liters, as we saw for this question. So as we proceed, so our product recommended dose rate in the data given here right here, it is 5. We multiply by the tank capacity. Now the tank capacity, this capacity is given in mils, so we have to take it to what? To liters. So it will be a 1 liter is equal to 1,000 mils. 1,000 mils. How much about a 16,000 mils? So a 16,000 is equal to, when you cross multiply here, a 16,000 mils is equal to 16 liters. So therefore, our tank capacity, it is 16. We divide this by our application rate that we had calculated here, that is 134.6. So when you take in that calculation right there, you are going to have your answer as 0.594, where this is approximately 0.6 liters. So this is what you have to take, this is what you have to know under this calculation. Otherwise, if we still have further questions that you still have under variation of the quantity, you may still have to comment so that we get to that particular question with our reply. Otherwise, thank you so much.